Tune into Double Shot Drones. Dive into the world of drones with Davey and Mike. Get the latest insights, thrilling innovations, and stories that will take you higher. Subscribe now on Spotify and YouTube.
We're recording. Hey, Davey.
What's happening, Mike? How are you today?
Oh man, I got home at 8 o'clock tonight. Super busy day. Last 2 days were super busy. But
I hear you, man. I'm
hold
right
on.
there with
Hold on,
you.
let me get this
Planning
back.
my tomorrows. I got to get these this batch of photographs out right now. And it's not working.
Those glasses got a magnet on them, so it's like sticking to everything. Because they click like that. Go click.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, so yesterday was incredibly busy. Oh my God, I got home at like 8 o'clock again. No, I got home earlier. Did those pre-storm documentations
Yeah.
on Clearwater Beach, and I have to edit those yet, but I think I'm gonna have my wife edit them. It's, you
Oh
know,
yeah, she's good at the editing.
she taught me how to edit.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, she taught me, but she hasn't edited in probably a year or so. But yeah, she taught me on what was it, iMovie.
Yeah.
So I did my first editing on iMovie of a video clip, and
Yeah.
then I moved to Premiere Pro and also learned Wondershare, which is a good editing program too.
Never heard of Wondershare.
Yeah, it's they're all kind of similar. I mean, they all have the keyframes. Those editing software programs kind of have the same thing. But yeah, so it's super busy, super lucrative the last 2 days. But I just got home at 8 o'clock, no, 8:30 tonight. So that's why I zoomed you a little later. But that is all good, right? That is all good.
Yeah, listen, busy is good. As I say, I'm banging out some edits myself here at the moment. I've got to get them out for tomorrow morning because I am on the road tomorrow all day.
Yeah, you're gonna be in Naples tomorrow, aren't you?
I'm in I'm right over here, like 10 minutes away, 9 o'clock. And then I'm in Cape Coral, and then I'm in Naples.
What do you think of the headphones?
Um, they look good. I was actually looking at a couple of pairs the other day. Maybe I'll pick up a pair of headphones. For what purpose? Hey, you never know. You know, you look more professional, right?
Yeah, I was thinking of contact. I was driving by Ben Wilmore's house tonight, and
Yeah, then
he's
yeah.
got an amazing YouTube channel. I was thinking about having him come over here and see, having him do some recommendations on mic setup and just kind of take it to another level. We're gonna be soon cleaning out the garage, and I want to do a podcast studio in there. So
Well, that's
that's the goal. Eventually, I want like my backdrop to be an actual
I'm out of
studio
focus.
shop, like maybe our logo in lights or something, just like it is behind me.
Buddy,
Hey, that would be cool.
Times
Like,
Square, buddy, Times Square.
yeah, man. Like maybe lap siding in the wall, and then the logo and stuff. Maybe a couple drones up there.
Am I
But,
out of focus or is it
Yeah,
me?
we'll get there. We'll get there. Well, yeah, Ronald gave me the no. He's sick. He couldn't podcast tonight, and I think Etta and Kay
Okay.
Bryce, I don't think we gave them enough time.
No, I didn't even approach them. I was,
So yeah, so just you and me. But so what you got coming up? What did you do, and what you got coming up? You did a lot of roof inspections and
Yeah, the roof inspections, I'm trying to whittle these out, bro. I'm not,
We, real estate.
what I've got coming up is maintenance to my car, you know, because, you know, it's too much. So I'm going to try and, although this is the off season for real estate, primarily because of, you know, snowbirds go north.
That's true. That is true. But you know, with that being said, I had a neighbor down the street who's a real estate agent. I'm friends with her husband. He's worked on some wood projects for us in our home, and he's like, well, you know, retired like 20 years or so. But she's still doing real estate, and I've been trying to get her as a client for like 5 years now. And just out of the blue, she texts me and says, what do you charge for this place called On Top of the World? Empty unit, 2 bedroom, you know, interior, exterior, you know, drone, the amenities. They have like a woodworking shop there.
Is it a condo?
Well, yeah, I guess it would be a condo, but it's kind of like the villages, but not the villages. You know what I mean? Uh, but it has like all these, like, you know, several pools in the whole complex. It's got a pickleball. It's got like 4 pickleball courts, 4 tennis courts, a big bocce ball court, golf, you know, golf course.
Yeah. So what are you
It's
charging her?
Anyway, so it's a small unit. I've done units there before. So I was gonna charge, what was I gonna charge? Well, I was gonna charge 300 for all that because I have the other photo. I have the stock photos of all the pickleball courts because I've done other shoots there. So, yeah, I think I was gonna charge her 350, something like that. I haven't decided yet, but, and then, she also says she's got like a larger place she needs done. Um, we're talking like couple $1 million place on
Dude,
this place called Island
tell me
Estate.
I'm out of focus, will you please?
You're not out of focus.
I'm not out of focus.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I look out of focus.
Your lighting looks a little different, but you don't seem to be out of focus.
See, this is out of focus. You can't, that's
Oh,
out
wait.
of focus.
Wait a minute. But
Come
these
on,
things
Magoo.
these things don't work with the headphones.
Come on, Magoo.
Oh yeah. Yeah, your logo's out of focus.
Yeah, I'm fuzzy
Yeah,
too.
yeah, you are a little bit. But you're always fuzzy, Davey.
Yeah. Yeah, we know that.
Your nickname can be Fuzzy.
Yeah, Fuzzy D.
Fuzzy D. Yeah, why is that? Is it maybe your camera has like
I don't know. That's what I keep trying to bring it back into focus there. You know, it's
well, wait a minute. Now
whatever.
just lean back a little bit. Let me see your shirt. Now it's in focus.
Yeah, there you go. I brought it back.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Good. That's all it needed. Thank you. And I thought it was me. I thought it was my glasses. So yeah, go ahead. You're doing this real estate shoot. You got this neighbor.
Yeah, so it's weird because we all know that the real estate is kind of slowing down,
Yeah.
but other things pick up. But yeah, I was really surprised that she wants to use me after 5 years of courting her. I've been courting her for five. Like every time I'd see her, I'd be like, "Hey, Nan, how's it going? Da, da, da. How's Mike?
Yeah.
Da, da, da. How's the real estate business?" And then every now and then she'll say, "Well, it's good, Mike. It's good. How's your business?" I'm like, "Oh, really good, exploding. You know, da, da, da. This is like one of my best years, probably my best year to date." And then I saw her at the block party a couple months ago, and we talked a little bit again, and then yeah, so I was on her mind, I guess. So could be
That's it.
2 shoots with her.
That's all it takes. I mean, coincidentally, like I've gotten, I don't know, 4 shoots this week, and every time I get one, I'm like, I think about another person, and that other person calls me. So all 4 shoots that I got this week were not there 5 days ago. You know what I mean? I'm doing one and then somebody calls and then I did 2 today and I was like, where's this guy Tom? And the next thing my phone vibrated and it was Tom. And I'm like, that's where Tom is. So yeah, you make it happen, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Call it in.
We're manifesting. We're
You're
manifesting.
calling it in, dude. That's it. Yeah.
So I know things are going good because I mean anything can happen. I mean things are there you go. Things are cyclical and they go up and down and up and down. But my wife is now interested in getting her Part 107 license, and because she sees what I'm doing with the documentation, pre-storm documentation stuff, and all that, and so I'm really excited about her studying right now. So she's taking the modules, those 10-minute modules, and I said, look, just do one a night. You're very busy, but just do one a night, and in like a week or so, 10 days, you can take the test and we'll get you trained.
What modules is she taking?
The videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Those videos.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Zen videos.
Okay.
I mean, hey, I pay for it, right? I can give it to my wife, right?
Sure, 100%, bro.
And those are like amazing, like amazing. Like he did a really good job with that. Like each one's like a little separate little section on on drone law and drone rule,
Yeah.
and one might be weather, one might be reading, a
And they're all
METAR.
very important.
They're all very important because it's going to help you pass the test. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if the Part 107 test has changed, like the original one, since I've taken it.
I don't think it's changed.
Because I've heard of like other people like not passing it, and is it because
Yeah, but
they're not they're not they're not studying hard enough, or they're not studying the right material?
no. It's I'll tell you what it is. Well, I mean, maybe people don't, but they throw questions in there where when you're reading it, any one of the 3 questions could be the right answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're literally looking at it and you're
that's
going,
true.
that's the right answer, but that's the right answer, but that's the right answer. You know what I mean? And you have to, have to pick A, B, or C. So, I
Like
mean, I think I got 88, and
you got better than me, son. I got like in the high. What did I get? Low 70s, maybe. I mean, I
yeah, I think you got to get,
just made the mark.
I think you got to get more than 70%, right? So,
Yeah, I think
but
I
a
got
pass
like
is a pass. I mean,
yeah, that's what I said. I think I got 74, maybe 75, and I
yeah,
saw that it was passing, and I'm like, boom. And
doesn't
obviously,
matter.
we don't use a lot of that. A lot of it we do, but most of it is for flying an airplane. But
Yeah,
I took it like almost 5.5, probably 5.5 years ago, and I studied. There was no modules. I just found information on YouTube. I found this one site, and I have not seen him have any more videos on this, but he was a photographer. I can't think of, he had some really good content, and I just kind of studied his. And then I found some other stuff on just, from looking online. And then I found like a site, how to read a METAR, da, da, da. And I
yeah.
pieced everything together. And then I found this is before you could buy like something from Pilot Institute or what's our buddies Drone Launch Academy has, and Sky Network, has these things you can buy. But I just, maybe that's why I didn't do as good, but I pieced everything together, and then I found a practice test.
Yeah, they're there. They're out there.
Yeah, and well, this is like almost 6 years ago, and I took the practice test, and I did horrible on it. And then I looked at some of the stuff on the practice test, and I'm like, okay, I need to study that more.
Yeah.
You know, as it turned out, it was like weather. I needed to study a little bit more about that,
Yeah. The
and
weather got me too. Yeah.
maps and stuff. And then I took another practice test, and I think I just barely passed. And then
Yeah.
I said, okay, I'm going to study a few more hours. I'm going to take a practice test. If I get a little bit more than passing, I was confident enough, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
I
Make sure
thought,
she gets one of these. Make sure she gets one of these.
what's that? What is that?
It's a
Oh yeah, the mic. Yeah,
magnifying glass with a
you
lid
know
over.
what? I think they provided one at
No, they don't.
well, when I did it at the Clearwater Air Park, I think they provided one because I didn't
No,
bring one. They didn't?
I did. No, they don't. And they tell you that. It's say, no, you bring it. In fact, I mean, I don't know if they
Maybe I
bring
did
it.
bring one. I don't remember. It was such a long time ago. I
Yeah,
probably did.
there's no way I
Oh,
can
that's
read it.
because of the map. They're so
You can't read the maps.
you can't even read it without. That's true.
Absolutely not.
You know what? I think
Absolutely,
I did.
absolutely not.
I think or I did something with my phone. Maybe I.
You can't bring your phone in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You
That
gotta
is
bring,
such a lot.
they tell you to bring a magnifying glass, but I don't know if you can bring a lighted
But
magnifying.
now it's done. Now the Part 107 is done online, right?
No, yeah, but you still have to go to a
Oh, you do?
FAA certified outlet.
You can't
You
do
can't
it
do it here.
at home?
No,
During COVID, wasn't it at home?
no, you can do the recurrent.
Yeah, I did a recurrent at home. That was
Yeah,
100%. I got that one.
you
No
can do the
problem.
recurrent, but you can't do the, you have to go to outlet.
Really?
Has your wife flown a drone?
No, no, she's VO'd me. You know, I've hired her for
Yeah.
a VO,
No,
visual observer,
you
but
mean, get
no,
her
she
out
hasn't.
there and let her fly the drone,
I
that's,
know, I know.
you
I think
know,
she was afraid to, but I'll get
listen, I brought my friend Karen out, and Karen's whatever, 72. She's a photographer, and she bought a drone, and she was out, and I was like, listen,
Oh,
first
she does.
thing,
She has a drone now?
well, she's had it now for a year, but she's flown it a couple of times, only when I was there. And of course, the first thing I said to her was, if you cannot see it, stop moving your thumbs. Just stop. You know what I mean? It's like, if you don't know where it is, just stop pushing
Just,
forward.
just.
Stop. And of course, you know, she's like, and the next thing she's just putting, I'm like, where is it? She's like, I don't know. And she's going like this here, boom,
Oh
boom.
man, you panic. You panic.
Buddy, it hit a tree, and it landed on the side of the road.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
it was laying there, and the cars were so close to it. It was like they were flying by, and I'm like, oh my God. I mean, she goes, but I didn't know where. I says, I told you one thing to remember: if you cannot see it, stop moving your thumbs. Stop. Just stop moving. You know what I mean?
Also look at the map. Find out if that thing is facing away from you
But just
or
it's like
toward
this,
you.
like this. You
Oh,
know?
I mean, how many thousands of hours have we got now on these drones? Um, there's still times where I'm like, if I'm flying like over Lake Tarpon or something, and I lose track of it, and I'm like, oh shit, how do I get this thing back? You know, and maybe my phone or my iPad is like, on very low power, and I'm like, oh, this is enough to get, we all have those panic moments. I think we should do. I've thought of this for a while. I think we should get like 4 or 6 to 8 Sky Eye Network members on a Zoom, have little squares all over the place, and we could just do a 40-minute podcast on drone crashes. Like, what was your worst drone crash?
Tell you a story. Actually, I see John Duncan there. I had one sitting in his passenger seat of his truck there yesterday, I think. He's like, he said something like, "Do you think a coat of paint will fix this, or do you think no, you think I could buff this out?"
What did he do? Was it just,
I don't know. It looked like it was missing two arms. You know,
oh, jeez.
he didn't say. He said, "Do you think I could buff this out?"
You think I can buff this out?
Yeah.
Yep, that's called care refresh. So
Yeah.
yeah, so if we could,
The coffee.
I mean, this podcast is for people that are into drones, but people that are just starting out in the business as well. What's some good advice what are the top
Stop
three
moving your
things
thumbs.
that you would give to a new, like to my wife, if you didn't, know her,
What, as far as,
starting out in this drone business? And I'll tell
you
you what.
know, well, I have to give myself the same advice. It's like, you know, it's like get out there and speak to everybody. Just tell everybody what you do, It's
Yeah, yeah.
this is why I keep saying I waste so much time in the car, driving from location to location half the time, And again, with what we're doing, I mean, I think I have, well, I now have 7 jobs tomorrow. And I think 4 of them are home watch. I guarantee you 4 of them are home watch, and the other 3 I don't know. So they could all be home watch, you know what I mean? So, which is fine with me, you know what I mean? Right now, it's like I got 7 jobs. I just want to get tomorrow over with, you know what I mean? It's
That's how I felt today. I had 7 jobs today, and I was
yeah,
just like, oh my God.
long day,
I'm like, it's kind of like, be careful what you ask for
Yeah.
because you just might get it.
Yeah, well, I was up to 30% for the month of on this
Oh,
job.
on that app.
Yeah,
Hey, did I tell you I was in the top 50%?
top 50. Yeah.
Fees, yeah. For
Well,
the first,
I
for
could
the
very
first,
well be in the top 20% this month.
dude, I had like 68 credits, whatever that means. I don't know. At the end of the
Whatever.
month. I
Yeah,
don't know.
points for doing specific jobs.
But okay,
Don't
that's
get
one. What's the second thing okay, so tell everybody. I already do that. I tell too many people.
like I was thinking of you today. I did my first I did my first real estate job today, and I had done the interior exterior, and I'm outside with Sandy, the realtor,
You
and
did the first real estate job today, not your first real
yeah,
estate job.
yeah, yeah. No, my first real estate
Yeah.
job today. Yeah,
Well,
no,
you
and
never know. You never know who is watching this. They might think, "Oh, what? They're in 30 episodes and he's only got one real estate job."
yeah, no, first one today, and I'm outside doing the drone, and the house right next door, they were doing a new roof. They were putting a new roof on, and Sandy was talking because, and her house is the one across the way, so she starts talking to the roofing guy. You know what I mean? And he had his mask on, his sun protector, and all that stuff. And I'm flying my drone. I just walked over to my truck, grabbed the business card, walked over. They're in the middle of conversation. I handed it to him. I said, "Call me," and I walked away. I didn't stand there and explain what I'm doing. I didn't stand there and explain who I am, who was a member with, or who whatever. I said, "Call me."
Call me.
And I
Call
walked
me.
away. And that was it. He saw my truck. I got the thing on the side of my truck that says, commercial license drone pilot. That's it.
Okay. We're at 10 minutes left, but what's number 3? Or was that number 2 though? Number
Stop,
3.
stop moving your thumbs.
All right, I'm gonna say what the Sky Network taught us is, give that offer you can't refuse, just a freebie, whether it's a business, whether it's a commercial real estate, whether it's, construction, especially probably construction. Say, hey, I'll shoot this construction site for free. Oh, we already got a drone pilot. And then you're talking to them inside the construction trailer, And then the guy would be like, oh, yeah, Ralph, we fired him last week. I'm like, there you go. Boom. So, offer you can't refuse.
Yeah, I like to use the word complimentary.
Yeah, that's a good word. Yep. And
Because
do the do, like, look for situations where, where you can come up with a scenario where they could use aerials,
yeah,
like be smart
you,
about it.
you don't have to do a full bang out, 600 photographs and
No, no,
2 hours of video. It's
no,
like,
no, not at all.
you give them some complimentary footage of their project and complimentary photographs. And
And I'm gonna say number 3, because I just I those real estate agents have, I mean, you could go and do a presentation and a real estate agent do a PowerPoint, whatever. That's fine. I mean, you're gonna get some clients, but person to person is important, I think. And there's so many open houses. Like one day on a Sunday, I went to visit like 4 or 5 open houses. And I know personally now, because I have some friends that are real estate agents. One of my new clients, Tammy, has become a pretty good friend. I mean, they're looking for people to talk to. Yeah, because these open houses, they don't always get a lot of people, and if you're there to talk to them and say, hey, look, do you need any aerials on this or your next project? I mean, it starts a conversation. And they may
yes,
just say, yeah, I got a guy, I got a aerial real estate guy, I got a interior, exterior, person. And then you're like, hey, if you're looking for, a change, or, here, look me up, here's my card. It's just that you're getting your foot in the door. Don't be shy. Because by being shy, you're never going to get any jobs, really.
well, I just actually I heard there's a guy. He's very, 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 very talented, dude. Very talented real estate photographer. Does you know $25 million homes, $30 million homes, $60 million homes, and he's only been doing it like 3 years. And he worked in the restaurant business. And he just started. Well, anyway, he's very, very talented and very good at what he does. And I just was listening to something he said the other day, and he was like, advice I give is hone your craft.
For sure, for sure. Yeah.
Do the best, not the best that's good enough. Do the absolute best. Figure out, anybody can do those speed rails now, what do they call them? Speed ramps, where you do the speed ramp from room to room. He goes,
Right.
that's so yesterday. He said, be creative, do something new at the beginning. Like he did something where a couple drove up in their car and they opened the front, they opened the doors of their car, and then the next thing they're already walking, because
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
he
walking into the
he
house.
clipped it, and he put a transition in there, and they're already walking in front of the car. So the car pulls up, the doors open, and the next second they're already walking into the house. It doesn't show you even getting out and walking around the car. It's just
Right.
like, so it looks like there's
There's a clip that
they
jumps
ghosted.
forward. Yep.
They ghosted forward, And it's like, oh wow, that's and of course they're walking into a $30 million, $40 million home.
Or even like you do a smooth clip of, them or without them, the drone going right into the door, and you just stop it there.
But again, that's
You
the
know,
way this guy's doing it. That's so last year.
yeah,
He's
he's
really good
using
at what he
the
does.
actual family. Yeah. I love that idea. Here's
You know,
another one too.
but my point, Mike, was he's like, if you do this stuff and you make absolute amazing bang out clips and you just put them onto your social media, and then you just follow everybody, like, dude, and they see what you're doing, he goes, they're going to come to you. It's not
Yep.
you're going looking for them. they're coming to you.
That's true.
That's just what,
Yep.
it's just the nature of the beast. It's what's going to happen because they're going to go, I want that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like everybody does that. I want that. You know what I mean? So it's like, and you know, and you don't tell anybody what you charge. You just, you know, it's the whole answer. Well, what's your budget? You know what I mean? What is it you want? Well, I
Right.
want that. I want that. Well, then for that I charge $2,800. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I want that. You know what I mean? So that's number three, and that's number one, all at the same time. It's like hone your craft, be good at what you do, be different than everybody else, and just
So,
post.
so part of that, be different than everybody else, hone your craft. I came up with that. I did this on, I think I told you, 30 days of drones, I called it. And every day, to get better at flying the drone and get better at photography and get better at finding interesting subjects, wherever I was that day, I would find an interesting subject. And for 30 days, I would take one drone shot of something interesting and I would post it on Facebook or on a social media. I didn't have Instagram then and I didn't have TikTok, but I did have Facebook, and I posted it on Facebook. And I called it like 30 days of drones, and I was like, boom, this is day one, day two, day three. And it created what it did for me was it gave me time on a drone, you know, flight
Yeah,
time. It helped me, you know, figure out
think
the
outside the box.
component. I was thinking outside the box, figure out all the components, all the, you know, tricks of the drone and everything. And also it was like a persistence thing. I could do it every day for 30 days. Like
Yeah,
I, you know, no matter what, like I'd get home, I'd be tired. I'm like, oh crap, I still got light. I got to go out and look for a subject. And I'd go to the beach or something. And I'd, you know, I'd find something interesting. Um, you know, and it's, so, so a big thing in this industry is being persistent. Like, you know, don't take no for an answer.
doing the do.
Doing the do, be persistent. And what happened, uh, like about day 25, uh, somebody finally noticed and said, hey, this guy's doing things differently and his photos are pretty cool. Day 25, somebody, you know, DM'd me and said, hey, what do you charge for a vacant lot? It wasn't even a house. And it was like, what do you charge for a vacant lot out by Homosassa? And I was like, oh, that's a pretty far drive, but I think I said like, I don't even know, 150. I don't know. I didn't even charge gas. I just said 150 bucks. And that was like one of my very first gigs. And another thing too, everybody knows 10 people, right? So you tell 10 people, right? You just
Yep.
tell 10 people. And through the law of attraction or what, you know, you're probably going to get one job out of that. Like they're going to tell a friend, they're going to tell a friend. And then today I learned something, and I cannot believe I haven't even approached people on it. This guy I was doing a roof inspection for, his name's Brian. He does websites.
Yep.
This guy does websites, right? And I said, hey, because remember that post on Sky Network on the Facebook group?
Yeah.
I said, hey, do your clients ever need aerial contact? But see, he has an airplane pilot. He's a pilot.
He's a
He's an
pilot.
actual, yeah, fixed wing pilot. So he'll fly down to Tampa here and he'll shoot the what do you call the container ships.
Yeah.
He's got to deal with shooting the I think he had like 4 or 5 ports he did. He did the Miami, he did Fort Lauderdale, he did another maybe Jacksonville, he did Tampa, and he does about 20 shots, you know, of 20 boats or something like that.